Hello and welcome to our astrological vibrations for Thursday, January 20th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I am the revolution when I innovate my purpose for service. And welcome to Aquarius. It is like literally shifting over, in the process of shifting over right as I'm recording this video. Technically, the shift is happening on Wednesday evening, 6:39 p.m. Pacific time. So here we are, Aquarius time, and we already have a bunch of Aquarius energy going. We should be fairly familiar with these energies. However, the sun here just deepens these lessons and brings it around for all of us to jump on board. So I always mention how each astrological sign builds upon the other. So, or the previous. So in Capricorn, we are aware that we are here for a purpose. Like there's a reason, there's a mission. And we realize that aligning with our purpose is how we rise into service, right? And that is our theme this Aquarius season, is being of service by aligning on and in purpose, right? Now, there's so many things coming through. With Aquarius energy, I often feel like a gigantic satellite dish, like taking in intel from across the galaxy, literally. And so it can sometimes be a lot to try to decode. One of the things that's coming through is that sometimes our career and purpose are not the same thing. And you can still be of service with your career. And you can still be of purpose or of service with your purpose energy. So keep that in mind. And some people do have the purpose of being like a Fortune 500 company or something like that. And no shame if that's not your purpose, if that's not your jam, if that's not your calling. That is okay. In fact, that's good. We don't need a bunch of billionaires, right? This is a call. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and there's a call to rebellion to a certain extent when it comes to Aquarius energy. And to me, this rebellion is rebelling against the Capricorn rules, right? The society rules. And it's really digging into yourself, knowing your vibe as an individual and being like, I am exactly what this world needs. And in fact, you and your vibration, the spectrum that is you, is exactly what the world needs. In fact, that is your highest purpose, to be you. And when you do align in that and show up in that energy, oh my gosh, the amazingness that you bring to this world. So this is our focus, being ourselves, honoring our truest vibration, recognizing we as individuals are the revolution as we align with these energies, as we align with who we truly are. And you know, it's one thing to say it and it's a whole other thing to do it, because to do this, it's a lot of unschooling, it's a lot of unwinding, a lot of trauma, it's a lot of unwinding, a lot of learning that has been done, a lot of outside authority. That's another reason why we focus on authority and yourself as authority with Capricorn, so that you can recognize that and help yourself, again, align with these vibes for Aquarius. So Aquarius is the innovator. It is the rebel. It is the revolution, evolution energy. There is a certain genius. I call Aquarius the geniuses of the zodiac. There's a certain genius to Aquarius energy. Now, that being said, we all have Aquarius somewhere in our charts. We all have genius that is meant to be brought forward for the world as part of our purpose. And so our work is to tune in to our genius vibrations and vibe them, babies, right? So intelligence, the humanitarian. Aquarius is the sign of the humanitarian. Aquarius is where we start to recognize more so like, oh wow, things really are connected in this crazy web. We really get that lesson when we hit Pisces. But Pisces or Aquarius is where we like start to vibe like, oh man, what I do really affects the collective. What I do really affects everybody else. So this is where we want to come into contact with that. That being said, your individuality amidst the community that is Earth, that is our universe, that is this galaxy, it is still of the utmost importance for you to bring that energy. So we're working on that with Aquarius. So Sun in Aquarius, like I said, highlights these lessons, brings this energy forward. Things to watch for during Aquarius when we're working on highlighting our vibes and, getting into that flow. Aquarius can be very ungrounding, very ungrounded. It's very important to take the time to ground regularly with Aquarius energy. Sometimes it can be way too mental as well as part of that ungrounded energy. With any of the innovation, with any of the ideas, work on bringing them in. Work on bringing them into the physical. Even by writing them down, that is a step that takes them beyond your personal galaxy that you're building up here and into this one, right? So we want to take time to be grounded. We want to take time to physicalize our innovation. Aquarius can also go off the rails with the rebellion energy, especially if it is feeling a little bit confined. And if there is confinement, again, maybe this is a chance to go into that unlearning, unschooling energy rather than go for rebel without a cause kind of vibe. So do be aware of that. Last thing, as part of the mental energy, sometimes our feelings can get put to the side with Aquarius energy. And feelings are a whole other ballgame, right? They're a whole other thing to innovate. So during this time of Aquarius, watch for where you may get very impersonal, where you may be like, nope, don't need that, not gonna go there. And see if you can show up for that energy, for yourself in that energy, because we do have some water going. All that Pisces is like, I have things to feel. I love the Astro for today because it's kind of doubling down on the message. We have the moon moving into Virgo, and that moon in Virgo is helping us align with that service energy, and it's also helping us bring it into the physical. What I would say is watch, though, where you get overwhelmed with to-dos, and recognize that being is also part of your revolution, evolution, innovation into service. Getting your vibes aligned, aligning with your vision. These are things we've been working on with our Aquarius energies. And so finding that alignment will help and support you so much. So the moon is going to be moving into Virgo. Looks like 6:02 a.m. Pacific time. The only connection of the day is the moon and Jupiter opposing. And the Jupiter energy is like, yeah, we have feelings in Pisces. And oh my gosh, do we have intuition? Again, Aquarius can be very scientific minded. And sometimes that intuition gets dismissed. But again, so many agains, with this satellite dish that we've got holding on to us with this Aquarius vibes, there's a lot of intel coming in. So be willing to tune in and also be willing to clear. Keeping your energy field clear, this should be something. This should be part of our Aquarius work, our Aquarius tasks. But that Jupiter energy, helping align some magic, helping bring some mysticism into the day. That being said, the sun is going to be 0 degrees, so you may be feeling the wonk. I am already feeling the wonk. I'm like ready to go to bed right now. Before the moon shifts, sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place, but I'm looking at this chart. Before the moon shifts into Virgo, there will be a meeting between Mars in Sagittarius and the moon in Leo. That's very early in the morning, but you may have some fiery emotions come up, whether it's through your dreams or, if you're in one of the countries where this is happening during daytime. This energy needs creative creative output. That's the way. That's the way we want to do this, creative output. So if you are feeling that fiery and feisty energy come up, see where you can offer your creativity. Interesting cards. I'm going to start here. The Hermit card. The Hermit card is, you know, the Hermit, aloneness. But to me, this is always like, hey, take some time in your own personal field and feel what your field feels like. When you are yourself, what does it feel like? I know what that feeling is, and I know how my body kind of relaxes into it. So take some time, feel into that. That being said, we got some mind energy, but it's like, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up in that mental energy. If you find yourself over mentalizing, shift your vibration. Find some gratitude. Look for some beautiful things that'll help pull you back in and help you realign your energy. I've got the slow and steady wins the race card, always. Aquarius can make us feel very zip, zip, zoom. We have the intensity card, though, in reverse. We do not need to be zipping and zooming all over the place like particles of light. We are particles of light, absolutely, but we don't need to move like that. Slow down. Take your time to get grounded. That is going to support your Aquarius process so very much. So that is it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. If you have emailed me, I have not yet gotten back to you. Don't worry. These 2022 readings have all just been long. There's so much going on this year, and it takes a lot. So you will hear back from me, or you can always write me again and just check in. So besides all this, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and trust in what you value. I know I keep shifting it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out how that value piece feeds in. Namaste.